Hey there, and welcome to this week's very wet Big Voice Online. So grab yourself a cuppa, get comfortable, and I'll see you soon. A year's wages, pouring out my devotion to a king. Now, can you imagine if you watched a news report about a woman who took an expensive bottle of perfume to a house, found a man, poured it all over his feet and his head, and then worshipped him? You'd think, who is this man that this woman's wanting to pour out a devotion to, and why? What a waste of the expensive perfume over his feet. Well, in Matthew chapter 26, that's exactly what a woman did. It says, a woman came into the house holding an alabaster flask filled with fragrant and expensive oil. She walked right up to Jesus, and in a lavish gesture of devotion, she poured out the costly oil, and it cascaded over his head and as he was at the table. That's in the Passion Translation. So can you imagine the look of horror on all the disciples' faces? And they whispered their disgust, and they pointed their fingers, and they said, what a total waste, in verse 8. And they grumbled, we could have sold it for a great deal of money and given it to the poor. Now, it's been almost 12 months since I left my day job to concentrate on writing and looking after you guys. And there's times when I've felt like that woman, that I think, this is a complete total waste, Jesus. What am I doing? But he whispered in my heart, it's okay, because you're pouring out a year's wages for me. That's how I felt, like that woman. Because when people say to me, oh, what do you do for work? I'm like, oh, well, I do work. I just don't get paid for it at the moment. And I work full time to look after you guys. But I can see their faces going, that's ridiculous. Who would do such a thing, especially in the middle of a pandemic? Well, when God whispers to your heart about your calling, about your purpose, it's hard to step out sometimes and be brave. But that's exactly what I've done. And it is like pouring an expensive oil onto Jesus, but that's my sacrifice. That's not my devotion. And he's really honouring that, because things are happening, doors are opening, opportunities are presenting themselves that probably I would have missed before. So I'm really grateful for that. So my encouragement today is, if you feel the promptings, and this is through a lot of prayer, it's not just doing a haphazard, I'll just leave my job. It's through prayer, it's through taking communion every day, which I encourage you to do, and seeking God's voice for you, for your path in your life. So if you're going to be brave, seek God first, step out into your calling, and it's like pouring an expensive oil over his feet in devotion. And I can't recommend it enough. It's been awesome. So that's my encouragement this week, and I will see you next week.